Hey everyone, and welcome to another week of Saturdays with Gaia. We're still not too organized about topics, which isn't good of us, but I've decided to take that opportunity to have sort of a wild card topic on something that's just been on my mind for the past day, which is relationships, but more specifically polyamory. And for me, I consider myself sort of relationship anarchy girl, but in terms that are just a bit more known, I consider myself polyamorous, which means that I identify with the idea of many loves and many relationships, as long as that's what is empowering for you in your life, and having that understanding that a relationship with one person is not dangerous and threatening to a relationship with someone else. So this morning I had a first photo shoot with two filmmakers who are thinking of maybe making a movie about asexuality or generated from asexuality. And when I was talking to them, the conversation kind of rolled into relationships, and I started describing my view on relationships, my view on relationship anarchy and polyamory. Of course, saying that I'm not representing the asexual community here, I'm representing my own point of view to life. They found it fascinating. I was surprised that they haven't heard of it before, because they're like a gay couple who that does like a lot of sort of queer movies. So I would just assume that they would hear about polyamory at one point or another, but apparently they haven't. I was the first person they met who brought it up. They found it very interesting, which is always nice. I love finding people who are fascinated by things that fascinate me. Afterwards, when I came home, I don't know how that happened exactly, but I sort of accidentally came out of the polyamorous closet to my parents. I wasn't intending on doing that. I wasn't intending on doing it ever. I did not mean to tell them about that. That was supposed to be my own way of going through life, and they have nothing to do with it, so it's not important for them to know. But it came up, and she started saying, again, the whole part of, do you really want to talk about asexuality that much? Do you really want to make that such a big part of your life and go and study queer studies and make that such a huge thing of your life? You know, you're not... How are you ever going to find someone who actually wants to spend the rest of his life with you if you don't put sexuality in the relationship? I mean, who are you going to find who would want to be in that sort of thing? And I told her I couldn't stand her saying that. So I told her, you know what, I already found someone. And I have. A really, really, really good friend of mine that for several months I've been seriously thinking of spending my life with her and moving in with her and combining our lives. And I've been seriously thinking about this for a few months, and I've told her that, and she wasn't freaked out. And it sounded to her like something that she might want as well, which was very moving and exciting. We don't know if that's what's going to happen. I mean, we're young. I'm only 20, she's only 22. But it's a definite possibility that we both seriously consider. And so when my mom tells me that no one would ever want to spend the rest of his life with me or want to partner with me because I don't put out, I had to tell her that. That's not true. I found someone. And it might not be a romantic relationship like she thinks should be, as the main relationship in your life, the person that you're spending your life with, it's not a romantic relationship, but it's definitely a serious, committed, loving, and thriving relationship in my life. Came in the question of romantic relationships, and don't I want that as well? And I said I do. And from here to there, the word polyamory came up. And I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to tell them, but I did. And, you know, I forgot how much disrespect could be hurtful. I'm sort of used to being disrespected for being asexual and having that snort of, oh yeah, like that's possible, come on. That only causes harm in your life. Only causes unhappiness. Get real. But it still hurts every time I hear it about something new. I've known for years that polyamory is just sounds way more appealing to me as a way to live than any other lifestyle ever suggested. Asexuality came right after. I actually heard about polyamory before I heard about asexuality. And I feel kind of lonely about this. I guess I just wanted to share. We haven't a community of polyamorous people in Israel. Like, there's a community, but it's tinier and less active than the asexual community, which means a lot. I understand how hard it is to grasp this concept when you've been fed something else from the day you were born. But you know what? I found someone that makes me very happy in my life, and I make her very happy. And we both feel the same way about each other, and we both want to spend our lives together. And then again, on the other hand, I found someone else that I have a lot of fun with in a physical way, and cuddling and holding hands, and I don't see why that is so bound to disrespect. I'm just a little shaken. I wasn't expecting on doing that. Like, asexuality, I was planning for years to come out to my parents, planning it for about 3 years before I found the guts to do it. But polyamory, I've never had any intention of telling them. I'm not really good in coming out, which is surprising considering the amount of times I had to practice. But with my family, I'm never good at it. I always get aggravated very soon. I can't talk about it anymore. So, for me, I've been thinking about relationships a lot for the past day, about which relationships I want in my life, and how to make my family understand that these type of relationships are what really makes me happy. So I don't know if that second part will work, but hey, I found relationships I'm honestly pleased with. That's just been my experience for the past day, and I will see you next week.